Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It is Friday. Friday? Is it Friday? It's Friday. It's Friday? It's Friday. I think it's Friday. Woo! Busy week, busy week, busy week, busy week. How's everyone doing today? I was not sneaking on Joel's stream. I happened to be at an event where Joel also was, and I happened to be perusing the background and checking on my phone. I actually thought I was out of frame. But yes, I did see Joel finally. I met the man, the myth, the legend, the nerd of printing. How's everyone doing? It's been a busy week. This whole did I raid David for the Prusa? No. This was actually a care package. I don't know if they want me to say who it's from, but I did receive a care package where I've got myself some printer food and some samples and a bunch of stuff from Rapid. I got little knickknacks and all kinds of random stuff. It's been a busy week. It has been a crazy busy week for me. I did a bunch of stuff around the house as well. So I've got a dumpster. I filled it like 16 yards of stuff. And then Rapid was 2 full days of walking and talking. And then not a busy week. You're getting old. Why not both? And then editing. I'm trying to get all those videos. So for those that don't know, I should be able to be putting out a video either every day or every other day. The plan is basically just a video a day or as much as I can do until I'm done all the videos. I recorded them in a way that my videos from Rapid are very like on the fly, on the floor, let's like quickly done. So that way I don't really need to do much editing, which for those of you that know, I hate editing. So the video today, which if you haven't seen it, go check on it. I was with Pantheon, who those folks are awesome. And then it was also Fabersonic, which they gave me this little thing. So if you watch today's video, I was talking with these guys, Fabersonic. But if you look at it, this is what it is. It's literally shim stock of metal that they weld together, and then they can machine it. And it's like super nuts. And there's a whole video. And then in the description of that video, there's a link to a NYC CNC video where they toured their facility. It's actually really cool. Did the GoPro. John, I'll get to that. Gary, member for 3 months. Great streams. Keep it going. I will. But yeah, so I got some printer food. What do we got here? We have a bunch of stuff to print today, or at least start. We got Prusa and PC, ASA, PC Carbon, some Mystic Brown PLA, some PC AVS from Filament PM, and some 3D Jake of the bichromatic, chromatic, the filament that looks different colors from different sizes. So I've got some printer food for a bit. Make some room here. But yeah, so for those that don't know, Tuesday and Wednesday I was at Rapid+TCT, which is a trade show. For those that have gone to Murph, it is not like Murph apparently. I haven't gone to Murph either. It's a trade show. It is like a lot of big business hawking their wares of multi-$100,000 machines at times. But then you got like E3D and whatnot. Not helping the filament storage. No, you are not, Sanity. However, there was a little bit of gold in that package too. The bidding starts at $100 US. I don't play with that Canadian money when it comes to selling stuff. We'll start the bidding at $100 for a Raspberry Pi 02. I'm open to super chats as a method of payment. Although shipping is, we're not going to worry about shipping. We're going to put this in the Mark III tomorrow because I'll be honest, I have no plans for tomorrow. We are going to, I've got this to put in the Prusa tomorrow on the stream. We've got some of those, we got the cameras that for Heart K made a mount for, like the really slim USB webcams. So tomorrow, we're going to be installing these cameras in a few Vorons to give those a try, see how that goes. So that will be tomorrow's stream, and the Mark 3S. Tomorrow's stream is just going to be some grab bag stuff, because this whole week was pretty much a write-off for planning and whatnot. I murdered a whole dude at Rapid. Dude, it was a bloodbath. Like, one guy walked on the floor and he just happened to mention he had like 4 or 5 pies on him. And it was like all 20,000 people there just... So... No, I am not, Colin. This week was a write-off. What else did I get? That's garbage. I got some samples from Polymaker, which, by the way, if you want to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. Go check that out. But they sent me some samples, or I picked up some samples. Jason was cool. If you haven't had a chance, go watch yesterday's and today's video. Tomorrow's video will be more stuff. Oop, that's secret. What else did I get? Ran into 3D Gloop. I can't remember his name right now, but 3D Gloop. He hooked me up with some PLA 3D Gloop. So that was cool. There's a lot of people there. If you ever get the chance to go to like a 3D printing event, like literally you run into everyone you know about online. It's awesome. HeartK is not the original creator of the mod. Okay, I'm going to be using HeartK's variant. That's how I know it. Which we got to print it. We got to print a few of those. We got to print a mount for the Prusa too. Jason gave me a shirt. I got an LDO Motors shirt. Literally everything's a mess because I literally had to pull out my like mics out of the bag today, like just before stream. It was a mess. Would Crow XY make sense on a 500 or would Core XY? I think Crow XY would make more sense at that size. Oh, I got one of those, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? There we go. Hey, I got one of those fancy Big Tree Tech Easy Board drivers. It may not work because it's on a keychain. But I do have one of those drivers. I don't think I can put this in a board though. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. LDO scale. It was cool though. Honestly, if you ever get the chance to go to a trade show or any 3D printing event, go. It's worth it. Do you have a link for that camera? I don't have it on me. I will make sure to share it when tomorrow. I'll try and remember. Actually, one second. Should be in the Discord here. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, so I did actually plan. There's the link. I did actually try and let's talk about my setup. So for those that have watched the videos, I've gotten good response. I think people like the setup I was rocking. And for those that don't know what the setup was, I got my backpack here. It's a Maxpedition Falcon. I've had it for years. It's my range bag, right? And what I did was, always bring a backpack to these events, like a lightweight backpack. It's easier than carrying shit everywhere. But I have a Stuntman shoulder mount right here, and then I had a GoPro in a media mod. So it was a GoPro 10 in the media mod, mounted to my shoulder. So the camera sat roughly about here, and then I just on most of the videos it's the super wide angle, and then I de-fish-eyed it in DaVinci Resolve. But some of the videos I was too zoomed in, so there's gonna be a few videos. I think the Diamondback interview I think is the worst, or the Diamondback or the Slice one, I can't remember which one. The person I'm talking to's head is like cut off for the whole video, unfortunately, but I think it's still good content, so I'm just gonna put it out there anyways. Worst comes to worst, people just don't watch it. I really don't care about view count on my videos. It is what it is. So the GoPro, the original plan was I have a battery pack. I have an Anchor battery, okay? And I had no issues with the battery powering this for the day. The problem I kept running into was the GoPro was just buggy as all hell. It wouldn't connect to the app. it would drop connection to the app. It would be super delayed. It would randomly shut off when I tried to start recording, and then I would have to take the battery out to reset it to turn it back on. So I had to get in the habit of, before recording, because it would like go into standby mode, I would have to turn it on and then push record. Because if I accidentally pushed record without turning it on, it would go into like lockup, and I'd have to tear the whole setup apart to get the battery out and put it back in. I don't know why it was doing that. It was just super buggy, I found. I don't know. Hold both buttons. I tried that. I had to pull the battery. I don't know what's going on with it. And then I think it was the issue of it being on the battery charger the whole time. Being on an external battery, I think, was causing the issue. I literally don't know. And then because the Media Mod has two audio in, or it has an audio in, I had a splitter. So I had a left and right audio splitter. And the plan was I would have a lav mic on me, and that would be recording me on one channel. And then I brought this lav, my wireless lav that I got right now, and that would be the second channel. So if I were to like go up to a booth and talk to somebody, I could lav them up, and then I get left and right audio that I could just mix into mono, so it would just be both, and it'd be a nice clean interview format. The thing was, I never ended up miking up anyone, and I don't know, it just wasn't working. I got a lot of static on a few of the audio just wasn't what I wanted. So I ended up just not using external and just using the front-facing camera on the Media Mod for everything, which got roughly the person I was talking to, and because it was mounted right here and I was right here, it got my voice pretty good. And then I just ran a denoise filter that kind of took care of the background. Maybe that battery pack current. It's an Anker 20,000 milliamp, and it is output 2.4 amp. 3 amp, yeah, it's 3 amp when it's just doing one port. It should have been powerful enough. It ran it all day. It would randomly shut down and sometimes require like hard restarts. The video today had decent. Yeah, the audio was pretty good because the Media Mod, you could set it to just pick up the front. So as long as I was kind of like the person I was talking to was in front of me, I would just do the Learn Audio denoise filter in DaVinci Resolve, so it would get out like the ambient noise and it would sound pretty good. So when I go to Murph, I'm gonna pretty much rock this setup. I gotta figure out why it's doing this. I don't know if I gotta roll back the firmware or what. I don't know. I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna let it sit for a bit because that kind of got really annoying real quick with it. But the plan is basically have that same setup, but have a separate audio capture device so that I could record separate audio of me and whoever I'm talking to. Because I actually bought a mic that I was going to carry around. I bought an AKG D5. I think, an AKG D5. So I was going to walk around with this so I can actually interview people. But Rapid was too small and fast-paced. So I think I'll save this for Murph. So when I go to Murph, like I want to do a day where I go around and like see what people have brought. This way I can easily go, hey, what do you have? And then just go to the next person without having to mic people up and whatnot. So, then I was using the official cable that came with it. So I don't know. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple days and then go back to fiddling with it. But, in the end of the day though, all the footage that I got was good, I think. There was some footage from the first day that I had to throw out because the audio was just too funky. But otherwise, I think we're okay. Like, I think I got enough. I still have, there's probably 5 more videos that'll come out. I think tomorrow will be the E3D one. But yeah, that was kind of, that was it. That was, the only real downside was it just didn't work properly, unfortunately. Definitely some interest. Dude, I was super blown away. That is the first real trade show type event I've ever gone to. And I was completely like when I walked on the floor the first time, like I had been to this center before. It was at Huntington Place in Detroit, which used to be called the Cobo Center. And I remember going there years ago when it was the Detroit Auto Show. So I knew the place was huge. but the amount of companies that were there was ridiculous. Like I didn't even get everything. Like if you notice, I don't have anything at like the Stratasys booth or like the I do have the Markforged. I think the Markforged I do have content for. But there were booths that were massive there. But it was just like the problem was a lot of the bigger companies didn't actually show off their stuff. It was more like we are super massive and we make awesome things, but we're not going to actually show how we do any of it. So it wouldn't like transcribe well to camera, so I didn't really record much. Got your Polymaker filament from the giveaway. Awesome. Did you ask them about the Reaver Obsidian nozzles? Come on. Come on. Come on. I know approximately some things that may or may not be approximate of things. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got here? Let's load some black up because I got to print. We're going to do some PLA because why not? I got to print a mount for a camera. So tomorrow, on tomorrow's stream, we'll have to get this ready now. Okay, we're good there. On tomorrow's stream, we're going to be putting a Raspberry Pi in the Prusa. And we're going to mount it directly to like the back of the controller there. And then we're going to put I got an RPI cam on order. It should be in tomorrow. So we're going to put a Raspberry Pi camera on it. Revo High Flow. Wait for tomorrow's video. There is some information there. Hopefully. I haven't actually watched the E3D video that I recorded yet, so hopefully it's all there. 3DP Mamish, hello. Yep, tomorrow's video is E3D and then somebody else. I can't remember who else I'm doing on. That back power. Don't worry, won't fry anything. We're good. I saw the Revo BQ H2. Yeah, that one I saw there. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw it there. And it looked really cool. If they fix the QC issues that the original BQ H2 had, it probably would be a pretty good setup. I'm not gonna lie. If they fix the issues that the first gen had, it probably would be a pretty decent setup. So, we need a Pi cam. We're just gonna go with this simple one. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Because I just got a bare bones Pi cam downloaded. So the cover, the mount, and this is the mount. We'll print them all. And Prusa slicer. By the way, if you ever meet Joe, don't mention Super Slicer around him. No, actually meeting all the people that you like talk to online. Honestly, people have asked me what was my favorite thing I saw there. And I honestly, it's the people. It's actually meeting the people, having a chance to meet the people that I've talked to online for years now, some of them, or I've interacted with over the years, or just companies that, you know, I use their products, and actually meeting the E3D team, running into Joel, you know, having a beer with Pooch. Like, it was, like, that was my favorite part of the event, was actually just meeting the people. And if this is any indication of how things are, Murph is going to be awesome. So if you get a chance to go to Murph, go to Murph. How am I doing? I am doing awesome, Maker Viking. Although, I don't know if my voice is still shot. My voice was pretty ragged yesterday. So, I don't know if it still is. But yesterday, my voice was pretty not good. You know, we're gonna print this with a little bit extra walls. Printers 3. Yeah, we're gonna do 25% infill, just because it is a camera. Export G code. There we go. Do you say to the Pantheon guys that Colin from LMG? Yes, I did. Honestly, okay. Today's video, go watch about Pantheon. Those guys are super awesome. Like, legit, I am biased because they are fellow Canadians. Let's be honest there. But actually, they were probably the booth I spent of the 3 booths I spent the most time at. They were on that list. Their whole team was awesome to talk to. Like they were just good folk to have a chat with, and they knew their machine. They developed it, and they were just, you know, super fun to talk to. Unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna be at MRF. I don't think they're gonna be at MRF. However, yeah, it was super awesome to meet them and talk to them. Like I spent, I think I will do it. I have a video from the first day where so my whole plan when I got there, I basically walked around all the videos that you're going to see that I'm putting out are mostly from day 2. Okay. There's a few videos from day 1, and you can tell the day 1 videos because the framing on them is horrible. A lot of people have their heads cut off, or out of frame. So that's how you could tell the day 1 videos. Okay. So what I did was the very first day, I actually walked around the entire show, talked to everyone, and just kind of gave everything a once over. And then I went back and walked through it all again, and I recorded the whole thing. It's about an hour and 50 minutes. Of that, probably 25 minutes of me at the Pantheon booth, just talking to the guys. But it's an hour and 50 minutes uncut of me, except for the one part where the camera overheated. It's an hour and 50 minutes of me walking through the whole thing. And I think I'm going to put that video live for members and Patreon supporters for now. Oh, Felix, thank you for becoming a member. So I think I'm going to put that video live for members and Patreon supporters for now, just to see how the feedback is on it, and then maybe make it live public later. But then also, yesterday I went around and actually recorded videos. So because I had a chance to go around and actually meet everyone the first time, or most of the people that are on video the first time, and kind of build a little bit of a rapport with them before actually doing a video, I think it came over a little bit friendlier in the videos. So hopefully that shows well in the videos. Okay, print from SD card, PyCam. So this is some, I don't even know what kind of ABS Plus. It's the only black PLA I have. 2 months already. I know, time flies. Ball screws and 3D printers are awesome. So the fun thing is, legit, their setup is super clever. So if you go look at the Pantheon machine, let me pull it up on, pull up a picture of it off their website here. Okay. So first things first, this is not a home machine. Straight up, this is not a home machine. This is a, you're balling and you have money to spend, or you're looking for a commercial grade machine. Okay, it's $8,000. This is not a home machine. But when you look at the machine, okay, I wish they had full screen pictures. When you look at the machine itself, the way it's engineered is stupidly clever. This plate right here, okay, it's a 19 millimeter thick aluminum plate. And then how it works is that all the holes and everything that is critical is on that one plate. So if you look, the rods for the Z, I think they're 24 or 30 millimeter. These are some chonky boy Z rods, okay? And bearings. So the thing is though, you can see they don't touch anything at the bottom. They are press fit into reamed holes in that 19 millimeter plate. The ball screws for the Z, same thing. They're just hanging down from that plate. So everything is on that plate, which is super rigid. And then also everything's on linear rods and ball screws, which means there's no belt. That means there's no bearings, like, you know, spinny bearings that wear out. There's no belts that have bouncing in it. So even on printers that have belts in it, when you run stupid high accels, you're going to have a bit of a rubber banding effect, okay? So Input Shaper takes care of that to a degree, but when you have ball screws, you just don't have that. So they're running 1G of Excel, which is roughly, it's like a hair under 10,000 millimeters a second, which you're like, oh, my printer could do 20K. The thing is 10,000 millimeters a second when you have zero, like it just goes. There's no banding in there at all. is actually, it behaves a lot differently. Got some in my mouth, I think. So anyways, and also because everything's on that one plane, there's no chance of, as the machine is rocking, okay? It's not like my Trident, okay? Where, you know, everything is on the vertical, right? When I push the top of this frame here, you know the frame is rigid, the whole thing kind of does this. With this, with the Pantheon HS3, because everything is attached to that one plate and is isolated to that one plate, when you shake the printer, everything moves together. So you can literally grab this machine and shake the frick out of it while it's printing, and it does nothing to the print because there's ball screws, so there's no slack in the system at all, and everything is mounted to the exact same plane, and it's a 19mm thick slab of aluminum. So literally everything just kind of moves together, so you don't see any defect in the print. It's nuts. Like, they were literally grabbing it while it was printing and shaking the machine, and you couldn't see any issue in the print at all. It's stupid how, like, and it's one plate, so when they're machining it, it's just one op. You just machine everything from the top, and then it's just, oh wow, some aluminum extrusions in a box. Like, it's so clever the way they did it. Like it's nuts. These guys, and the funny thing is, they're just a few guys from Vancouver. So yeah. How come there is no slack in the XY rod? They're on rails and it's ball screws. Ball screws are, for those that don't know what these kind of ball screws are, I have them. This is the type of ball screw it's running in that machine. Okay, this is mine. I found it in a garbage bin. But like, literally, you want to know, like, in terms of speed, there's no play in this system. Okay, there's 16mm ball screws. I think these are the exact same. Well, although they actually measure out to like 15.5 mil. Yeah, these are pretty much the exact same ball screws that they have. And like, they're just, there's no play in this system at all. Yeah, it's an 8K machine. Like, legit, this is not a machine probably any of us in here will ever buy. Like, this is not that type of machine. You cannot compare this to anything consumer grade. Like, this dances over even, like, you know, an Ultimaker or a MakerBot. Like, but the prints that they were showing off were nuts how good they were. Like, it does what it does very well. And the thing I really liked about them, the machine runs duet rep wrap firmware. Yeah, there's some tweaks to it because it's running clear path servo, so it like bypasses the onboard drivers, and it does some other stuff with the electronics. But it's running duet rep wrap firmware, and they use Prusa slicer. And there's no RFID chip filament. You can literally, you know, grab a spool of Amazon cheapo filament and feed it. It just does it. So now, it just, yeah, this machine was really cool to see. There were a lot of other machines. There were other ball screw machines there as well. The problem is they're all up in the dozens of thousands of, like tens of thousands of dollar range. So this machine was probably, honestly, not gonna lie, this was probably the cheapest, like, commercial grade, like, and by commercial grade, I mean a tier above like an Ultimaker. So you have like Ultimaker, MakerBot, their entry-level machines that are like $5 grand or whatever. And then you have like this, and then it goes off to like 20, 30,000 plus machine where it's like, oh, this one, like the gearbox, I think it was that 3DX Tech was showing me, is like $100 grand. So there's like tiers to machine, and this is like probably the most entry-level machine for like that, but it's awesome. And they're Canadian. Steve, 17 months. 13 months. No, it says 17 months. I don't know. Maybe it's broken. Yes, the giveaway for the filament is international. What else? What else? Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't want to go through it all. Let me pull it up here. Import Rapid+TCT. So these are, I haven't touched yet. I've got Diamondback, E3D, Filament Innovations, Form Labs, Markforged, Mamaki. Who is Mamaki again? Who's Mamaki again? Oh, I don't. That's right. This do I have VLC on this computer? Wait. Okay. Give me 1 second while I download VLC. I can't believe I don't have VLC on this computer. This computer I pretty much just use for streaming. Like, I don't have anything on it. It's just... Also, everyone say hi, Steve. Working on a pick and place machine, ball screws and linear rails. Oh yeah. Like it's nuts. Like the thing is, like they're telling me they're working on like trying to like optimize the machine. The machine works beautifully. They're just working on optimizing it now for like the production version. And they're trying to like downsize to like the next size down for ball screws, but like finding a source is super hard because like smaller ball screws are actually not that common outside of like cheap Chinese ones, and they don't want to do that. So 007 FPV, cheers. Oh, I did run. I'm sorry. This was the first time that I was ever at an event where like people came up to me and like, oh hey, I like you, like I like your videos and like whatnot. And it took me a little bit to get used to that. So if you came up to me and said hi during the event and I was a little like, I apologize. I was like all over the place those 2 days, and hopefully by Murph will have a hangout. Murph will actually have a hangout. But yeah, it was super weird when like people who worked at like Boeing came up to me and they're like, oh hey, your videos helped me build my Voron. And I'm like, okay. Mamaki. Oh, these guys, they do like resin models and whatnot. Let's see. Yeah, these kind of models. The problem is my beard got in the frame a lot of the time. So you have my like nose and beard in a lot of frame. Mosaic. I don't know if I'm going to use the Mosaic because the problem is like what I talked with the Mosaic, a guy about pretty much Joel covered it in his video. So I don't know if I'll use the Mosaic. Slice. Who else? Who else we got here? We got Slice. I talked to the Slice guys for a bit. That was cool. There's Daniel. Was it Trilat? Oh, these guys. These were the other guys with the ball screw machine. No, not now. I'm not going to buy that encoder. Properties. Change. VLC. Yeah, this was the other ball screw machine. So this machine isn't actually their machine. It's like called the Titan. It's from another company, but it's the ball screws or the servos were this company's product. So they were like using their servos on this machine. So even the extruder was driven by a servo. So it's funny, they have to print on build tack and like really squish their first laydown because the bed's moving so fast that it would fling parts off. Have you seen the YouTube video of Positron? I have kind of looked at it. I don't know what to think of it because I haven't really dove into the bomb and how much of it is custom and how much of it's like easily sourceable. I know a few people want me to build one. I'll have to look into that to see if that's like financially viable for me. But we'll take a look. Have you seen? Okay. E3D video sneak peek. I don't know. I'm not seeing enough likes on the video for me to. I don't think that file will open unless like the likes are higher on the video. It might be a little. Yeah, it's not opening. I'm trying to open it. Unfortunately, like the likes aren't high enough. It just, you know. It's like Mario, it doesn't have enough stars to open, guys. I can't open that video, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, but speaking of build, this will be coming up. This, hopefully I'm going to start it either this Tuesday or next Tuesday. Hopefully this Tuesday, because I need something to do Tuesday. Don't leak my address this time. I've got a set of Hedamames, which are the DIY headphones that Maker's Muse built some, but I actually have the Hedamames and the Minamames, which are like the small ones that they're coming out with. So I've got both of those, and we're going to be printing parts and building those on a Tuesday stream. So hopefully I was hoping to print the parts this week, but with Rapid and then also the fact that I was like, I've been doing a bunch of house stuff this week. This whole week was a write-off. These printers haven't run all week. So, okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find Coda. If we hit 200 likes, I'll give you a tease of the E3D video. Coda! Hey buddy, you wanna come say hi? Coda! Coda! Nope. No, I'll leave the door open. My wife's at work, so he's being a mopey suck. So. You know what's funny? I actually don't have a video at the Prusa booth. I talked, I do have footage of the Prusa booth, and it's on the first day video. So if you want to see that video, I will put it live for members and Patreon supporters at some point in the next week. I actually got to go through and make sure it's like everything on it's safe to upload. I don't think nothing is, but just to make sure. But I didn't really show off. They had the XL there. I have pictures. I've seen the XL in person. They do exist. But there's really nothing new because the one they had there was the one that they showed off at the previous show. So there's really nothing new to show about it. And unfortunately, the video that I had where I was talking with Joe for a while was not really Prusa related. And the audio was kind of fudged on it. So I don't think that's going to make it public. Actually, I already deleted it, unfortunately. Are the headphones noise canceling? They are not. I don't believe they are. Would you... Okay, why would I need to do it if I want to print with servos? Have very deep pockets. Heard you clean the floor. Have I cleaned the floor? Are you guys ready? Look at this. Look at this. Let me make sure I don't have anything with my address on it. Okay. Look. Look. There's some over there, but I did print since I did it. But look. I can see the floor for the most part. It's a goddamn miracle. Actually, that's got a mobile. Do I have a video with David? Yeah, yesterday's. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, here, I'll link it right now. So make sure you go watch it. Share, copy. Yeah, here. That's yesterday's video. I talked with David, 3DX Tech, and Jason from LDO Motors. That was yesterday's video. Today's video was Pantheon and Fabersonic, which Fabersonic was really cool to talk to. Like, literally, I just walked by their booth, and I didn't have the camera on. So I'm walking by the booth, and they just have this, and their booth was in the corner. Like, it was literally the way it was set up. There was like a big booth that had like a solid wall, and then there was the aisle next to the wall. So they were in the corner. They were in the boonies. And I just happened to be walking by, and the back of their booth just has a panel that just says, we print cool things or something like that. And I just kind of looked up at it, and then the guy, I can't remember his name, he's the president of the company, is like, so you want to see something cool? And I'm like, sure. And then like he said something, and I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh shit, I got to turn the camera on. This is cool. And that's right when the video starts. So that video was like, oh shit, I got to turn the camera on. This is going to be cool. I can't remember what he said, but it's just like, oh, this is going to be good. And that video was actually super interesting. Like, I went back with a few others at the end of that day, and we talked there for a while. And I can't say much, but it's good. Hopefully, it would be cool if what they talked about is a thing. We'll see. David seems happy. Honestly, the whole situation with David and Printed Solid being purchased by Prusa, go watch the video. He explains it a lot better than me. But basically, Printed Solid is still Printed Solid. Like, David still has full control pretty much over everything. Like, his decision to send me the Prusa was on his own. He didn't have to get approval from Prusa for that. Like, it's basically, it benefits both, because now they get access to, like, Printed Solid gets access to the whole Prusa thing, like the whole Prusa ecosystem, along with, you know, financial support of Big Papa Joey P for, you know, expansions and whatnot. And then Prusa gets access to an American company with an American warehouse in America that has an American bank account that is already certified and able to sell to education and retail and commercial in the US. So they both make out like bandits from this. So I just started building my 2.4 and the linear rail step lubing is supposed to be sticky. Yeah, once you lube your rails up, lube is a little thick and it is a little sticky. So yes, the rails won't move as freely as they did before. Under motor power though, they'll move fine. So as long as when you push your rail, it's not like binding. So when you push it with a smooth, even force, it moves smoothly, you're good. It's when it like, if you grease them up and they start really seizing up, something went wrong. Yep, David gets a new, very popular product line. Prusa gets a certified US rep. Pretty much that. Yeah, it benefits them both. Like it's a mutual like thing. And Jesse Filament will still be a thing. Is it possible to buy a 200, 204, and 2.4 kit? Yes, pretty much all the kits are the stock sizes. You can build a 200 by 200 by 200. You're going to have to self-source the extrusions, the rails, and the bed, along with anything that's related to those. Printed parts are all the same, though. You'll have to customize the skirts, though, and panels. It'd be nice if Prusa manufactured in the US for the North American market. The problem is it honestly while the Czech Republic is a Western country, labor costs are less in the Czech Republic. So if they were to manufacture Prusas in the US, it would probably cost like, I don't know what I'm talking about here, but I'm thinking if they were to manufacture Prusas in the US, like if they were to import everything and make the machines at a, you know, if Printed Solid opened up a factory to make Prusas, I think it would still cost more than manufacturing them in the Czech Republic and shipping them over and dealing with taxes and shipping. I think they would still cost more if they were to just make them in the US. Because I don't know if now that Printed Solid is American, how import duties work, or I don't know. There we go, Jason, 1999, cheers. LDO, that's what, for the, I chased Jason down and I figured out what LDO and LDO motors actually stands for. It's Land-O motors, that, or whatever motors is in Mandarin, or I don't know, in Chinese. But that's what the LDO, it's the English phonetic letters that come from the first 3 letters of the pronunciation of the Chinese name of LDO. Land-O motors. Czech minimum wage is €600 per month. Yeah, that's much less, or let's be honest, American minimum wage ain't that great either, but. Yeah, everyone say hi, Jason. I got your shirt here. I'm not wearing it, but I did get the LDO shirt. I can open it. Woo! Yeah, LDO motors. This is great. I wish more people had shirts, because now I don't have to do laundry for an extra day. Okay, you guys want a tease of the close that down. I'll open up the tease of the E3D video. Fine. We hit 200 likes. There we go. So this was shoot, who was this? This was, oh, my hand's in the way. Rory. Yeah, this was Rory. So, for those that don't know, you're not gonna hear the video, but you've seen these ones, these 1 to 4 here. They have a 0.15. They're coming out with a 1, a 1.2, and a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. So those are the 1.1, 1.2, and 1.4. And then those back there, those are obsidians. They do exist. They do exist. And yeah, we talked about a bunch of stuff. We got that. So obviously, I'm not going to show everything because you're going to want to watch tomorrow's video. I can't give you tomorrow's video today. Unless you're a Patreon subscriber, or you're a member of the YouTube channel, because I'm going to actually go and edit that video right after the stream today. So if you are a member of the channel or Patreon supporter, you should be able to see tomorrow's video today, tonight at some point, hopefully. So I'm hoping if all goes well, the plan is for these videos here. These are like, I've already got part 1 and part 2 already edited, obviously. So how many do I got left? I got 17 videos. I'll basically grouping up 2 to 3 and then put them together and push it out, and that's a video. And hopefully it'll be every day until I'm out of videos. And then I'll actually have to go back to like doing a review or something. I gotta do it on KPS 3. Oh, wait, whoa. G Funny Money gifted. Oh, I have gifted. Sweet. I didn't know we checked last time, I wasn't there. Awesome. G Funny, cheers, thank you. So somebody is now a member, I guess. LDO Motors, $9.99. Cheers, Jason. Ask anyone if interested to see Revo in LDO 01. Felix, 5 gifted memberships. Cheers. Okay, let me pop chat. Live chat. Let me. That is cool. Yeah. Okay, so now I can. Okay, I gotta pop it out to see who gets it. So yeah. So how it works now for those that this was a thing that YouTube had been bringing in, and now it's actually in. Like they've been trying to bring in it. Like Twitch has had a thing for a while with gifted memberships, where if you can gift subscriptions. Okay. So before with YouTube you had to buy your own membership and that was it. Now you can gift memberships. So by gifting a membership, it's like a super chat, only you don't say something, you just gift memberships to other people. You get whatever tier it is, and I'm not sure on. Let me see here. Okay, but let me get Jason's question here. Kit. Okay, Jason wanted to know LDO V0 kit with Revo Voron. Yes or no? Are you interested? So Felix, cheers for the 5 gifted. So yeah, and then Zombie gift, thanks for the gifted. So yeah, like Casper got a membership, Ross got a membership, Mike, Derek, Darren, Rizzo. That's cool. So yeah, so that was a feature that Twitch had for years, that people that stream on YouTube, like me, have been wanting to get, because that's something that's like for Twitch creators, that's a big thing. Like on Twitch, you notice people give bits, but like that's not, once you get up in size and on Twitch, that's not really a thing. Pew Pew Trucker, thank you for becoming a member. And Gary, thank you for the gifted membership. Got torture test. Can I see? Let me see, because I have no idea how it works. I've never actually tried it, so I don't even know what tiers are like. I think it defaults to the base one. Okay, apparently I can't gift a membership on my channel because I'm not a member of my own channel, so I can't see how much it is. But yeah. Have I seen the new FL Sun V400? It's a super racer with clipper. They sent me a video, or here's the thing. FL Sun, your community guy, don't reach out to YouTubers using a Gmail account. It's sketchy. It gets thrown into spam. But yes, I did see a video about it, and it's just a clipper with, or it's a Delta with clipper. I'd have to have the machine to like actually judge it personally. It seems cool. I'm all for clipper on machines. I don't know if clipper is really ready for prime time on commercial machines yet, but that is cool. Oh geez, this is just rolling by quick. Oh my god. Schlopnat, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships. And Lars, thank you for becoming a member. TT is your okay, so it's torture test. Okay, torture test. That's cool. Oh yeah, because I think it defaults to whatever the closest to the $5 one is that isn't over. So because I have $2.99, $4.99, and I think $10.99 or $15.99 or $14.99, because Twitch is $5, it's always $5. So I think YouTube made it so that it is whatever the closest to the $5 without going over is the tier it is. Cool. And of course, Jason, 90% of people want a V0 kit with a Revo Voron. So there you go. LDO Slice Engineering Hotends. Okay, I'm gonna say something here. Okay, and I'm gonna be like serious chat here. Okay, so behave. Okay, so I'm gonna say things. I had a chat with Daniel from Slice Engineering at Rapid, like a good 45 or half hour, 45-minute chat with him, and it was a good talk. Yeah, I still don't agree with all business practices. Obviously, people are. I'm a firm believer that you can have disagreements on things and still be friendly towards each other. Okay. But I will say I don't hold any ill will of Slice Engineering anymore. I may disagree with some of their practices, but my previous thoughts on the matter, after having a good discussion with him, have changed. So take it as you will. That's my personal opinion. For those that know what I'm talking about, you know. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. We have 300 people like. Okay, wow, over 300. Cheers. Don't forget, if you have not entered for your chance to win a spool of filament from Polymaker, link in the description. Pantheon printer when? I would love to. If the Pantheon guys want to send me one, or like somehow get my hands on one and print some Voron parts on it, I'd be all for that. Although they actually print mostly carbon fiber, like a copolyester blend, or it's like basically CFP-ETG is their go-to. Any tips on getting 3D lab print planes to stick to the plate? What's the 3D lab print planes? 3D lab print planes, print plane. It's always good to keep an open mind and change your views based on additional information. Pretty much. It's funny how often, like, I have videos on my channel where, like, I say one thing and then 2 years later I put out a video where I changed my opinion, and I get comments like, "Oh, 2 years ago you said it was the greatest and now you don't think it's great." I'm like, 2 years is a long time. Things change. It's when you don't change your opinion, that's when you run into a problem. You should always be able to change your opinion based on new and relevant information. Derek, 5 community subs or members. So here's the thing. I watch Twitch. I don't watch a lot of Twitch, but I do watch Twitch. So I'm hey, cheers for the 5 community subs when it's YouTube. So cheers for the 5 memberships. Derek, cheers. And Wayne, member for 14 months. Wow, I figured out you could do this. Yeah, it's on the monthly renewal. Dumb question. If my temps are dropping when I'm benchmarking my hot end with high flow tests, is that a sign I'm outrunning my hot end? Yes. Basically, if your temps are dropping, your heater isn't able. Either you don't have enough thermal mass to sustain the flow rate, or your heater isn't powerful enough to dump more power into the system. What you could do is you could try potentially PID tuning it again with like your part fan running, so that it's higher. You could also just print at a hotter temperature to kind of force more heat into the system. The problem is when you jump your temperature too high when you're printing fast, if you happen to print slow for a little bit, you risk overcooking your filament and having an issue. So if like you're printing really fast, but you have like one really detailed area that's like a point and it's going slow there because you slow down for like small details or whatever, you could dump too much heat into the print at that point. Still waiting for my roll of filament from 2 weeks ago. It's a pain being in the UK. Oh, that does suck. The care package that I got from Yosanity, I don't know why you shipped it that quick. I did not expect it to get here that quick. I just ordered a Revo Voron. Does it come with screws to mount it to the stealth burner bracket? No, it does not, but they are M38s, which if you built a Voron, you'll have plenty of them. They are just M38s. Actually, scratch that. I actually don't know. I've never actually had the commercial Revo Voron package. I don't think they do, but they're M38s. They're the super common screw we use, like a million of them in Voron. Joseph gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. I gotta update it because now it like the updates that are like flashing on the screen here, I gotta take a look at that and see if I can adjust it, because it says everyone who became a member, so that's cool. But I don't think it says Joseph donated, so I gotta fix that so you guys get a little pop-up. But also, this was a cool thing. You know, who's it? Markforged? Markforged. I'm holding it in my hand. They do that thing where they print a layer of filament and then they lay down carbon fiber in it. So this was a little doodad they gave me. So this is nylon, okay? So this is just regular nylon. It's like 5% CF nylon, and it's just by itself. So you can bend it pretty easily, right? And then this is their same plastic, but every layer they lay down a continuous like string of carbon fiber, or yeah, it's carbon fiber, like a continuous string of carbon fiber, and legit. I can't break it. I was sitting there on the floor, like literally trying to snap this in two, and I literally cannot. And it's not that thick. And I literally cannot snap this in half. Like. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy my hand before I snap that in half. It is insane how strong that is. Eli upgraded your membership. Cheers! For the upgraded memberships, do the Rave V0 LED. Or for the gifted membership. I'll see what I can do. I don't know if Stream Elements has it built in, because YouTube just rolled this feature out. With aluminum foil. So, with the Fabersonic, it's essentially shim stock. It's 5 to 10 thou shim stock, essentially, or foil. They could say foil. As far as I'm aware, yes, pretty much any metal will work. They can bond like aluminum to titanium to copper. Like, it's not welding. So I think you can do it with aluminum foil. Although I'm assuming they would use 5 to 10 thou thick aluminum for the process, because that's what it's spec'd for. Because it has like a feeder sheet that it uses. I don't think aluminum foil is too thin for it to be worth it, I think. Girly man. I once tried to break a Markforged wrench. It didn't even bend. Yeah, it's insane how strong it was. And then also, I don't know where I put it. Yeah, right here. I got a bottle opener made out of metal that they printed, and you can actually see the layer lines in it. That was cool. It's a little bottle opener. It is welding, but it's cold welding. Like, there is heat generation, but you can run fiber optics through it and like wires and whatnot without risking damaging them. So, are they making cubes? They're making whatever shape they really need to. They can, because it's strips, right? So it's strips of material at however wide they need and however long they need, right? And they just cut it at the end. And then what they do, if you go to the video, today's video, do it after stream. There's a video by NYC CNC. They visit their whole place and they spend like an hour plus walking around, and it shows the whole process. But essentially they lay down layers of metal and then they'll go in and machine it. They don't do it every layer, because that would make no sense. It'd be super wasteful. But they'll lay down a bunch of layers and then go in and machine the details. So say they needed to put like a water line in there, okay, or a coolant line, or a line for like a wire. They would lay it down till they get to like the top of the hole. Then they would go in and they would mill that slot, and then they would put the wire in, or if it's a water line or coolant line, they would just leave it open, and then they would just put the other, then they just continue building up on top of it. And it, because of the way it's all ultrasonically welded together, it's sealed. It's perfectly sealed. There's like no gaps or anything, so it's not like water's gonna leak out or anything. So it's kind of like building it up with weld. Like if you got a welder and you were building it up with weld, like a MIG welder on a KUKA arm or something, but there's no heat. Well, there's minimal heat, so you don't have to worry about damaging anything. It's actually really cool. It's used a lot in, I guess, airplanes, and a spacecraft are using it a lot, I guess. Do I get a 3DX Tex Gearbox H2? Actually, they're coming in to pour the slab of concrete for the 1 foot thick concrete reinforced base that I need to put it on. So hopefully that'll start next week. Slade from Big Metal Additives talk with Joel. Oh, was that at the interview? I haven't had a chance to actually watch his interview yet. I actually sat there and ate a pizza and watched like some of it. I couldn't hear it though, because obviously there's a lot of ambient noise. But yeah, I did watch some of it. By the way, Joel is an awesome dude. Like, if you run into him, shake his hand. He's an awesome dude. Wrong button. Yeah. No, high five. Oh yeah, high five him. Yep, you gotta high five Joel. I did high five him. And he's tall. He's like 6'2" or something. Chuck is tall. Chuck Hellebuck is tall. Let me pull up the picture from the E3 booth. Let's see here. These are public photos, so they're on their Twitter, so I'm not showing you anything. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, Chuck is tall. Oh, he's sitting here. Here, there you go. This is the cool picture. Yeah, Chuck is tall. I don't think I have a picture of him standing fully, but he's like 6'2" or 6'3". Paint me like one of your French girls. For somebody gets to that joke, because I know somebody will say that in chat. I like when Joe... So, I walked behind the camera and I waved at one point. And afterwards, they're like, oh, you crashed the stream. I'm like, I did it 2 seconds after Joe did. If Joe can do it and you don't give him shit, I should be able to do it. And you don't give me shit. Print me like one of your French girls. So, for those that don't know, we're printing a camera mount for this because I do have a Raspberry Pi now. Let's go find it. So I'm gonna have to solder some headers on it because we are gonna mount this directly to the Einz Rambo, and I got a Pi cam on the way, so we'll do that as well. Joel at Murph last year, they're both great people and awesome. They are. Honestly, everyone I talked to there was awesome. Like seriously, everyone I talked to was super friendly. So yeah, like I can't say a single bad thing about anyone I met at Rapid. What are my thoughts on the printed solid being part of Prusa? I spoke about it earlier in the stream, and I do have a video where I talked with David about it from Rapid that's out already. But honestly, it's a win-win for both because now Prusa has easier access to the American market, which will mean it'll be able to get in the hands of more people, and printed solid has access to all the resources that Prusa has at their disposal. So yeah. I tried the Diamondback nozzle, but had bad issues with stringy retractions. Nozzle X didn't give me. For me, I tried Nozzle X, which I do have somewhere, to using a tungsten carbide nozzle from like Triangle Labs, or Fadis, I can't remember. It caused issues. I didn't like it. And then I went to the Diamondback. I'm using the Diamondback right now, and it's working pretty good with like the CF nylons I'm printing and the CF PETG. So, yeah. Prusa over Cura now. Personally, I use Super Slicer or Prusa Slicer. I only actually use Cura for commercial machines. So like my KP3S, I find Cura has good default profiles for like off-the-shelf machines, except for Prusa. In that case, go Prusa Slicer. But for like my custom machines, Prusa Slicer or Super Slicer, in my opinion. Yep. It's funny because Joe said that too. Now that Prusa owns Printed Solid, and Printed Solid sells Voron kits, outside of AliExpress, I think Prusa is technically currently the largest Voron kit seller. So that's kind of a funny thing to ponder. Have I tried the Arachne? Every print that has come off the King Rune, KP3S. So every single print off the King Rune has been Are these Prusa prints? Yeah, these are all Prusa prints. Every print off the King Room has been with the Cura Beta, the new Arachne engine. Robert, cheers. Love the channel. I've learned so much. Keep it on. I will. I like how David said Prusa sent engineers to Printed Solid to learn how to operate and took back some of the good things. I think they both companies can learn. They can. Honestly, it's very mutually beneficial. Chris Spina, thank you for coming a member. Is Printed Solid larger than 3D Jake? I don't know. I actually have some 3D Jake filament now. I think I'm gonna print my Hedamame headphones, the cones, because I gotta print like a bunch of the stuff with like semi-flexible materials, I guess. But I've got some 3D Jake filament here that I've never actually tried before, and it's the metallic emerald, and it's like the multicolor stuff that's like all the fancy TikTok rage or something. Ooh, that's good. We got blue, green, blue, green. Oh, that's gonna be cool. I think I'm gonna do the headphones in this. That'll be cool. Vincent, thank you for coming a member. They recommend. They recommend PETG. I spoke with the actual the guy from the company. I can't remember his name right now, but I spoke to him and he's like, ABS is okay. Apparently, I'm actually gonna try some nylon. I don't know if nylon or CF nylon, but basically it has to be springy. Like the headband and one other part does need flex to it. Everything else, like the cones, actually is fine with PLA apparently. So I haven't printed with 3DXX. I thought I had a spool of it somewhere, but I was wrong, I believe. I do have some. Oh, is it Polymaker? No. I can't remember where I put it. Is it in this drawer? No. Is it in this drawer? No. Can't remember. I had a spool of PC ABS from, I think it was Polymaker, that I gotta go back to and play with again. Yeah, Polymaker PC ABS. I had issues with layer adhesion or bed adhesion, but I've got a little something to try out that might fix that. So we'll see. Anyone watch the Starliner launch? I did. It's funny watching a Boeing space launch or any other space launch when you're so used to the SpaceX one and like how old it feels. It's like, wait a minute, you're throwing the rocket in the ocean? Why would you do that? What is there to do in Goshen, Indiana for my wife to do while I'm nerding out? There's a Walmart, I think. Yeah, I think there's a Walmart. Yeah, Rocket Lab launches are cool too. Rocket Lab launches are cool. But it's funny watching like new space and old space. Boeing did something, they did it yesterday and only 2 of their engines failed. But the rest ran, so. The PETG fiber was stunning in TCT. I'm waiting on Revo High Flow to upgrade my VZ bot from its current physics. Watch tomorrow's video, because the way that E3D is doing high flow is pretty cool. Maybe, potentially. I don't know. I don't actually know what we discussed in that video. Because there were discussions off video, and I can't remember what I got on video and off video. Because there were things that... back to printing. I don't know. It's America. Go shoot guns or something. I don't know. There's got to be a range there or something. America. By the way, I have no idea how long we're streaming today. Probably till 6, or maybe at least till the print finishes, I think. We'll see. How much time we got left? I don't know. Just finished building the bonsai frame. It's so finding. It is. The bonsai is like it. Let's be honest. It is a Thingiverse style printer, right? It isn't. It's definitely a simple printer, but yeah, it's a fun little build, especially when you have a lot of the components already on hand, and it's just like using up spare parts. So that's pretty much what mine build was just using a bunch of spare stuff I had on hand and just getting rid of it finally. Yay! The bin that they picked up wasn't so heavy, I had to pay extra. That's good. That's always good. Derek 5, cheers, appreciate it. Now that you got a Prusa, can I persuade you somehow to make a rigid hot end mount for the Prusa X carriage assembly? A rigid hot end mount? Like, are you talking about like the Revo Voron? Because there is a mount already for Revo Micro, which technically is a rigid mount, uses the big nut, and then also Revo 6 is drop-in, which Revo 6 drop-in, you don't really need rigid mount with Revo 6 drop-in because nothing spins because it's a Revo. So you don't need to worry about the hot end spinning a little bit. And it's always indexable and repeatable. Recommend where to source replacement ball bearings. So sad. Okay, how many ball bearings are you missing? Because if it's like 2 or 3, you're fine, actually. It's only when you're missing like a bunch that it's an issue. Normally, you're missing 1 or 2 already. Like there needs to be a gap. So if you're missing 1, 2, or 3, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, if you took the rail off and they're like all over the floor, yeah, I don't know where to get replacements because I don't think I've ever actually gotten replacements. I did years ago. I cannot tell you where I got them from. I do not remember, unfortunately. Okay, so I need to print this camera. So let me get this filament out because I don't want to use up what remaining blue I have. So I need to put a camera. I'm going to put a camera in V226 finally, and I'm going to put one on the LDO V2. So I need some ABS. ABS. Is that ABS or is that PETG? Ew, PETG. Why do I have black PETG? That's yucky. Yeah, we'll do some red. Why not? Do it all in red. Why not? Actually, we'll do the lenses in red. And this is eSun ABS Plus, just generic red. Why do I have black? That black PETG I've had for probably about 4 years now. Like, not gonna lie, I've legit had it for about 4 years now. So, yeah. Discard. That up. What the first Voron you printed with that filament, right? No, the very first Voron I have it still. The very first Voron I printed was with shoot, where'd I put it? Here it is. Was with MG Chemicals PETG Blue, and I still have what's left of that on a spool right here. This is what's left of the filament I used to print my very first Voron over 4 years ago, and I haven't printed PETG since. Oh, not gonna lie, I have printed PETG since, but really not a lot of it. We'll do ASA. Is that ASA? Yeah, Sigma, D3D Sigma. Yeah, we'll use this stuff up. So, PG is moist by now, just a little bit. Somebody ping me on Discord. By the way, if you message me on Discord while I'm live, I don't see it. All right. Okay, close that. So I can totes print my switch wire in PTG. Go for it. It might not work though, or it might not work the greatest. Actually, the switch wire, with it being open air, if you don't enclose it, would probably actually be fine. Let's be honest. But I still recommend ABS. Everything's designed with ABS in mind, so you can potentially run into more issues. Just don't do PLA. Friends don't let friends build printers out of PLA. The only downside with this setup is feeding all the filament in is kind of a pain. But I gotta have it on top because I don't really have room to do side spools on these machines. Because, as you may know, I don't have room. There we go. Okay. So let's download these parts. Printers, 26 and LD2. Keep the beds up. Okay. So super slicer. What do we got for printers? No, not PLA. I keep forgetting what these machines have for, like, shoot. I think I screwed up and deleted my profile file. Import config. Pretty sure it's on the server. Import.config. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that one has the cover. I need 2 of these. Let's just do 3 just in case. That way if I screw it up, not a big deal. Spread it out a bit so we get some better cooling. Export G-code. Save. Hi, what type of filament is the red spool in the background? Which one? This one? That is eSun ABS Plus. And it's just red, I believe. So we're going to be putting a camera in this machine and this machine because this camera has been getting in the way and it's super annoying. How many members do I have now? I don't know how many members I have. I'm kind of proud of the fact that I don't crazily monitor my YouTube stats. Don't get me wrong. I do check out, like, you know, my stats. I do. I kind of need to know how I'm doing, as, you know, this is my job now. But in terms of, like, actually day to day how my channel is doing, I don't really, like, solidly keep track of it. I think that's it could lead to problems. Like, if you're, like, really if you bury yourself in worrying about your numbers, I think it could be, you know, cause an overburden on yourself. So I don't really check my numbers that often. It's like when I'm live. When I'm live, I don't even look at my current views or my likes. I just don't. It is, or actually no, I lied. This is KVP. This is KVP Voron Red. That's KVP. I have it on an eSun spool because it was a master spool or whatever it's called, but it's KVP Voron Red. Sorry. How come you separated the items like that on the plate? Doesn't add travel time? It does, but when you're printing ABS on small objects, it helps with the additional layer cooling. You're not dumping as much heat into it. It's a small print. It's 46 minutes anyways. A couple minutes here or there, doesn't matter. Plus, I'm purging out one color for another, and this is a cap piece. So because I didn't do a purge between blue and red, I want a little bit extra skirt so that it purges out the color. So that's why I'm also printing 3. That way, if the first one, the color isn't super clean, I just throw it in the trash. Why not have a purge light? I do. It's just an extra a little bit just to help. My extruder hesitates moving the wires. I feel some resistance when home. I never played with a hypercube, so I'm not sure how the mechanics work there. If there might be a binding issue. That's why I write it load and unload. See, what I normally do is I just run my retraction. I do a 5mm retract on the end of a print. And that actually pulls the filament out enough, as you saw, where I can just, the filament's not attached to the nozzle. So I can just pull the filament out cold, throw a new one in, and then when the print starts, I just do a big fat purge line, and it usually is enough with that plus a skirt to clear it out. Yeah, Raspberry Pi. I'm like, what am I holding in my hand here? Soundtrack today, it is Stream Beats EDM today. I've been liking the EDM tracks, especially on like the print and chill streams when we're just kind of hanging out. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions about Rapid, let me know. Like, these streams are just kind of hang out and chill. So it's very open. So if you guys want to, like, you want me to look at anything or chat about anything, or go on any topics or rants, I'm all ears. So I've seen the TCHD null. I did not. They had nothing there for, like, Bondtech wasn't there. What do you do when changing filament types, PLA to PG? Just do a purge. Just do a decent purge. So you're saying E3's 18mm is a bit overkill? 18mm is what I max my Revos out. Oh, actually, here's something I wanted to talk about, okay? Let me pull it up here on the Twitters. Bamboo? It's called Bamboo. What is it called? If you're on Twitter, a bunch of people recently got a printer. It's a Core XY machine. And a lot of people seem to be really liking it. But it's another Kickstarter, unfortunately. Let me pull it up here. There's got to be one. Yeah, here we go. Bamboo Lab. This one. So this is the new hot printer, okay? Because every printer needs to be fast now, okay? That's how it is. It is what it is, okay? So it's a Core XY printer. It's 4 colors. I don't know if it has like a full-on multi-material unit, or it can just switch between color. I don't know how the multi-material works. 20 millimeters a second acceleration, apparently, or 20 meters a second, so 200 millimeters a second Core XY, which, okay, it's Core XY. It has LiDAR, apparently. It's like $700, $799. So it's $1,000 machine on sale for $300 if you buy the, hopefully it works first generation Kickstarter edition. But here's the thing. Here's like the machine itself. I have nothing wrong with the machine itself. It's a Core XY machine with NEMA 17s and a belt drive. Okay. It can do fast. Vorons are Core XY. They can do fast. You can go fast on a printer, right? As we saw when I took a bone stock Ender 3 and put Clipper on it, you could push machines pretty fast. It's just most firmware is pretty conservative. So machine being fast, I have nothing wrong with the machine being fast. And actually the machine itself seems pretty solid. Like it's a Core XY machine with, you know, carbon fiber rod. It's a Core XY machine. It should be able to print fast, okay? What I'm not liking is, let me find it here. Where do they talk about it? Where do they talk about it? Shoot. Gotta find the video. There we go. Let's find it. Let's find it. Okay. Let's find it. So there's their tool head. It's got a heated bed, 120. I got nothing against the physical machine itself. It seems pretty good. Okay. From what I understand. Okay. But it's got spaghetti detection. Okay. Everything has spaghetti detection. The Anchormate M5 does this. Okay. Bamboo Creator. Okay. This is what my little rant here is going to, I don't, Kickstarter, whatever you believe about Kickstarter, personally, I don't think you should be, if you're a company this size, you shouldn't be dealing with Kickstarter. You should be doing either old-fashioned pre-orders or sell direct. You don't need a Kickstarter, okay? If you're already manufacturing the machine, you don't need a Kickstarter. So, Bamboo Direct or Bamboo Creator, okay? I cannot wait for the day where I have 5 or 6 different apps on my phone because every printer company has their own app and I need to have each one have an individual app that they don't talk to each other. They all have different features. They all have all their own security risks that are, and all my data is stored on a server in Shenzhen, China. You're entirely dependent on that company forever for support because they might not update the app anymore and there might be a bug, or they might just stop updating the app and then half the features of your printer like spaghetti detection are tied to the app stop working, or they might start charging in the future for the app. So if you go all in and buy like 5 bamboos or 10 of them for your print farm, and a year in they start charging for the app if you want to use their cloud service or whatever. And then when you're uploading files to your printer through their app, that the thing is all through the internet, so those files that you are uploading goes through the server in China back to your printer. Hopefully you're not doing anything that is sensitive. I am not liking this. I am not liking this where all these companies are coming up with apps. Yes, it will be nice. It will be nice and easy, and you know everyone likes having an app that you can pull at your phone and check your printer at any time. That's why we use Octoprint and other derivatives. But I'd rather prefer a system that I could throw on a Raspberry Pi, that I could throw on all my printers, that works with all my printers through one app. I'm not looking forward to having 5 or 6 different holes punched in my network, with all my data going through all the different servers worldwide just to run my 3D printers. I'm not looking for that. I am not looking forward to that at all. And it's going to suck because you buy this printer, the company goes under in a year. The app is no longer, the server is no longer there. Are you able to use your printer fully? Hopefully they unlock it and make it open source before they quit because, hey, all the features that you bought this printer for don't work because the company shut down, right? I am not looking forward to that future. I am not. Printer looks fine though. Printer looks fine. It would have been nice to get one, but I'm not that big of a YouTuber yet, so I don't get those. But it is what it is. Companies wanted to offer connection Wi-Fi cameras. They could just include printers with Raspberry Pis. Well, if you can get a Pi. Tiller buy Prusas for unis and farm. Prusas are air gapped. They actually qualify for military. Have you seen the Anchor Maker? Oh, I know Anchor Make. That was the first one that I saw. Now this company's doing it too. The Anchor Mate is a bed flinger. Like the thing is, the hardware on an Anchor Mate is nothing special. subscription sale. Exactly. How do you feel about their own proprietary software? I have no problem with proprietary firmware. I look at 3D printers like tools. There are tools that you can fiddle with, and there's tools that you cannot. Like, it's like running computers with Windows and computers with Linux, okay? Linux you can do all the fun shit with. Windows is tied down. They both have their use case, okay? I'm fine with, let's be honest, the vast majority of people don't fiddle with their printer's firmware. If the company that they bought the printer from puts an update out, they just install the update if they even bother to do that. The vast majority of people aren't going and recompiling Marlin for their printers, okay? So having lockdown firmware on a 3D printer, I'm not super concerned with, as long as it functions. If there's functional deficiencies with it, where like the machine doesn't work, then yes, I have issues with it. But actually having, in my belief, any 3D printer, you should be able to throw an SD card in it and with generic G code from any slicer, and it should work at the home level. Okay. Did I ask Joe if I can XL? No, I did not. That would be rude to do. I won't say no, but internet printing breaks if your company loses. Well, I'd hope even if it was printing through the internet, it would like store the actual G code that it was printing from on the printer itself. Because if your Wi-Fi goes down during a print and your printer shuts off or stops, that would be super annoying. Hate for apps yeah, I don't want to be tied to apps. I should start using Linux. You know what? Maybe. But not today, because people make wind blows jokes too often, and it makes me really annoyed with the Linux folks when they do that. The bamboo lab print has RFID in the filament. Here's the thing. If they have RFID in their filament, but they also have the option to just push and go, this YOLO it, just eat it, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with additional features that don't hamper base feature. So if they want to have, if you use our own filament, it keeps track of your filament and whatnot. But if you just want to take a spool of, Jesse PLA and throw it in there, it'll just say it just won't keep track of it. I'm fine with that. But if it's locked down to only using their filament with RFID, big no-no. I don't think it is. I haven't seen anyone say anything. Copper nickel plated nozzles worth it? In my opinion, yes. So the best nozzles to get if you don't plan on running abrasives. Rich Third, cheers. Yeah, people worry too much about the front. Yeah, honestly, the average home consumer, as long as the printer prints, that's fine. I'm firmly of the belief that everyone should own a printer that just works, and the vast majority of people should start with a printer that just works out of the box. And then if you want to go fiddle and have fun later, go for it. Or if you are technically inclined and understand you are getting into a project from the start, then start with a printer that needs tweaking and upgraded to work functionally. What do you print? Right now we're printing a Raspberry Pi cam case, and we're printing some stuff for cameras for these two printers. But normally I print a lot of printer parts. How do you know when you load a drag and the filament catches at the top of the heatsink? Does the Revo have the same issue? Nope. Haven't run into any issues with my Revos yet. But the Revo this is going in here. We're gonna put this in the Mark III tomorrow, and then we're gonna hook the webcam up to it. Having started on Ender, yeah, pretty much. Hell, the mini clone that I printed, all the parts of them came out shoddy. Oof. But yeah, that's my rant on all these new printers coming out that have apps. I am not looking forward to that ecosystem in a couple years, because a lot of these companies won't be around. And good luck getting support for your apps in the future when that happens. Like, I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. When you twist the filament to get into the tube to the Dragon, it always hits something and stops. I haven't had that issue. As long as I can get it past the extruder, it's fine. It feeds right in on the Revos with me. Is the audio crapping out? I don't know. Is anyone else having audio issues? As long as Cooper runs on the main... Yeah, hey, let's be honest. No matter what the printer comes with, you can always rip out the controller, throw an SKR in, and put a clipper on it. Audio's fine. Okay. How many new, oh shoot. Okay, I forgot, it does say, we have 35 new channel members today. That's awesome. That is awesome. By the way, the members only live stream will be next week, okay? Obviously it wasn't this week because I was at Rapid Monday and Tuesday. And then yesterday, like literally I had no voice yesterday. I spent 2 days walking around and talking on my feet for like 10 or 12 hours a day. So next week will be the members only stream, either Wednesday or Thursday. Probably Wednesday, because if I do it Thursday, then I also stream Friday, and then I also stream Saturday, and by Saturday, I'm exhausted. So it'll probably be Wednesday next week in the afternoon. Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. 3 or 4, we'll see. The members only streams are only about an hour and a half, 2 hours at most. Sometimes less, they're just kind of a hangout and chill. So, any more Rapid videos coming? Dimitri. Are there any more Rapid videos coming? Are there any more Rapid videos? I still have 14 things to talk about here. So yeah, so basically these will all be paired up into 2 or 3 videos per, or 2 to 3 chats per video. And they'll be out over every day, every other day until I run out. So there will be plenty more content, Dimitri, don't worry. Tomorrow's gonna be the E3D and somebody else, and maybe another one. Printers printing, printers are printing. A tiny shell strip slice. You know what? I spent 45 minutes talking with Daniel, the president of Slice, and we had a very good talk, I will say. I had a rant. I did. Somebody wants to clip that rant? Because you can do that, or I can do that. Nice to meet you at Rapid. Cheers, Dan. Oh man, I'm horrible with names, but cheers. I think I know who you are, I believe. By the way, if you ever meet me in person and tell me your name, and you tell me your name in chat, I will forget it. I am horrendous at names. There were people I was talking to that I had to keep looking down at their little name tag. What is the thing of the month? I don't know. What is the current print of the month? Let's go on R3DP. /R/3D printing. It was Flexi Dragons for a bit. I think we're past Flexi Dragons now. Oh, Iron Man helmet. There's always Iron Man helmets. You ever talk to Danny about the issue? I did. Nope. We had a very good discussion. And I've changed my stance. I'll be honest, there are things I still disagree with, you know, Slice and whatnot. But I've come to terms with the fact that I'm probably a little too aggressive in what the things I said back then, in my stance. And, you know, I don't stand by all the things I said. I do stand by some, but I will say, you know, I have no ill will towards Slice Engineering at this time, or their product. I did bring up issues with him. The Slice hot end pumps out more heat to the side than other hot ends. It causes melty duct issues. That's for why people think Slice isn't supported by Stealth Burner. Personal preference of the designer, but also the fact the Stealth Burner is designed with Revo in mind. It still works with like V6 style blocks, okay, because the ducts come in from the side. But because you can get in closer, the ducts are actually in closer compared to the afterburner. So a mosquito, and people have done mods already where they slew a mosquito in there. And if you thought the mosquitoes melted ducts on the afterburner, they do it even worse on the Stealth Burner because the mosquito is a wide block. It is. I have one somewhere. Yeah. So overhead. Okay. So you got. This is a Fadus, this is a mosquito. If you look, the mosquito block is much wider. It sits closer to the ducts. And these are the old style ducts that set out even further. This is like Gen 1 afterburner, where the ducts set out even further than we brought them in closer for better part cooling. Because it works better on V6 in like V6 derived heater blocks because they're narrow front to back. But on the slice block, it's much wider, so it pumps out a ton of heat to the side. And that was always an issue. And it's even worse with the Revo, because the Revo, we brought the ducts even closer and they're on angles, and it'd melt the crap out of them, unfortunately. So it's also a design decision why they're not supported. Ooh, that is not sticking. Oh, that's why. That's wrong filament. Let me cancel that print. I forgot, this is the bad ASA. That's why I don't use this stuff. I have to grab the other spool. Yeah, that first layer was good. That should have stuck. You stay hot. I don't even think their American slice stuff is for industrial machines. I will say, when I was looking at the machines there at Rapid, pretty much all the machines that were above home gamer tier, so like any commercial machine or industrial machine, had either a custom hot end or a slice hot end. And everyone that I talked to that was running slice hot ends in their machines said nothing but good things about them. So like even the Pantheon guys were running a slice hot end in their machine, a slice derived hot end that they developed with slice. And they had nothing but good things to say about slice and working with them. So I will say, like, it's an echo chamber, right? When you're on a Discord and you're talking with people and the same thing comes up, you kind of form an opinion, and without outside context, sometimes that opinion can change when you talk to other people. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Live and learn, and it's okay to change your opinions. Now, unfortunately, I run stealth burners, so will I get a slice? Probably not, because the heater block melts ducts. It is what it is. But I know the Pantheon guys are running slice in their machines, and they love it. And it works really good, so who am I to tell them not to use it? There we go. Oh no, my little windsock. And print again. More reason they shouldn't go for Dragon. Honestly, I don't even run Dragons anymore. One second, I gotta fix my mic. I don't run Dragons anymore. The ones that I have in my machines, I still run, obviously. But I haven't put a new one in a while. And I know a lot of people that have started having, like, they start running into issues after, like, almost a year with them. I don't know if their quality control went down. Because I'm running ones that from, like, first generation that still work fine. But I know a lot of people that have gotten them recently that run into issues with them, or QC issues or whatnot. So I don't know. At first, I was all gung-ho about, oh, they're cheaper and they work just as good. But honestly, it is what it is. GoPro customer support will try to reach out to you later. Okay, cheers. Thanks, John. And let me know how much I owe you, by the way. I want to buy that Pantheon. Well, the Pantheon hot end's like pretty much all custom designed for their specific use case. Like the heat break is part of their tool head. Slice is pricey. It is. I'm not going to argue price, honestly. Here's the thing, like, when I made a lot of those comments back then, it was, a small channel, my view and opinion was pretty narrow. And now, talking to more people, learning more about how everything works and whatnot, I've changed a few of my thoughts, so. What is the big bust on the V2? Oh, geez. This one I printed a while ago. I just put it up here because I was moving stuff around. This is printed on Tallboy like last year at some point. So I think it's a Chaos Core Tech model. Focus on the face. There you go. Doing some silk filament. It was on my shelf, but I was cleaning it off, so I moved it. My new Dragon runs fine. And it might run forever. It's like when I did that video about how, you know, I think we should recommend better printers to new people to the hobby. I had a ton of people in the comments say, oh, I started with like an Ender 3 and it was garbage and I wish I had started with a Prusa. But then every now and then you get the one comment for the person, why would you do this? I bought a cheap Ender 3 and it works perfectly and I've never done a thing to it. Your money may vary. Everyone has their own, you know, you might get one that works forever. You might get one that dies in a week. It is what it is, unfortunately. Once the E3D releases high flow Revo, I'll be sticking them on my 2.4. Well, here's the thing. You might not need to change much. Yeah, it's a Chelsea. Yeah, it's a Chelsea model. I'm pretty. Yeah, I was pretty sure that was a Chaos Core Tech model. Which hot ends are made by Slice? The Slice Engineering ones. Mosquito and the Copperhead. And if you watch my video, that will probably be the Sunday video, maybe? I don't know. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not. And if you want to see them early, become a member of the channel. Slice has one of their new hot ends. Well, not really a new, it's a derivative of the Mosquito that I covered in my video with them. I say buy what you like and hate Firmware. Honestly, in the past couple months, I've really changed a lot of my opinions in 3D printing into like some of the ways, like, I don't know. I think I've tempered a lot of my opinions in a lot of ways over the past weeks to months and even couple days. So it is what it is. My Ender 3 has been a workhorse, but I still print most modern machine I own. My Mark 3 and Bear S I'm self-source, but run factory firmware and just work. Yeah, it really depends. My Ender 3 was a lemon. I considered quitting 3 because I thought it was too hard. Just bought a Prusa instead and realized machine. Exactly. The perfect use case. Two users right here. Oh, mine, I modded and it worked. The other one, oh my God, it was nothing but a headache and I almost quit the hobby. Like, yeah. Do you think any of the really cool shit you saw at Rapid+TCT will filter down the hobbyist level? Everything does. Remember, like, stuff that has been super common in CNC machines for years is finally coming to 3D printing. Input shaper, like basically dynamically controlling acceleration. CNC machines have had that shit for years. Like, sensors, like control, like, stuff is filtering down and will continue to filter down. I had 2 Ender 3 units and no issues that I didn't cause. My Ender is a POS, but it paid for itself. I've never sold prints. I'm tempted. I would, if I had more room, I would love to get into print production, like small batch print production. Like I wouldn't do the Etsy thing, but I would love to, like, you know, try and do local selling of stuff, but any thoughts on the Red Lizard K1? What is the Red Lizard K1? My Ender has paid my mortgage for the last 3 months. Nice. Red Lizard K1. What is... Nozzle, heat break integrated, 99% no glue leakage. Why would you have glue leakage in your 3D printer tool head? Ultra high printing. Yeah, it's a pimped out Revo, or Revo. It's a pimped out Dragon with an all-in-one nozzle that's proprietary. Flash in the pan, I wouldn't bother with it, honestly. I'm very hesitant of sole sourcing, and believe me, I'm all in on Revo. I am partially still hesitant to single source for product. However, E3D is a big company, and they'll probably be around for a while, okay? The Haldis Red Lizard K1 and their proprietary nozzle. Do you really think they'll be here in 5 years? Is that a gamble you're willing to risk? Ben, you don't have to be present to win. You do not have to be. If you win, you win. And don't forget, we are going to do a draw. How much time is left in this print? Oh, we still got an hour and a half. We'll probably stream till 6. I think we're going to go to like 6:30 today. We'll go to 6:30 today. Do printed Voron part giveaways. I need black. I am out of black filament. I have like no black ABS. I used to buy eSun ABS Plus black by the case back when I did PIF. And when I stopped doing PIF, I still had like a case and a half sitting left over. And I finally ran out of it like a month or so ago. And now I have all these colorful filaments, but I have like 2 spools of black ABS left. I gotta fix that at some point. E3's customer, well, that's the thing, like customer service, like, yeah, there were a few issues. People got like defective revos in the first batch of like 0.03% of people or something like that. But when somebody gets a defective one, they complain about it. So you see it more often than people that don't complain. But it's like 0.03%, so I'm not too concerned. But anyways, yeah, they just, if you have a defective, you just call them up and they send you a new one. Like that's how it should be. Sparta 3D. The thing is, their Obsidian Black goes out of stock pretty quick. And I like a nice flat. I like having, like, I really liked eSun ABS Plus Black because it's a nice matte black plastic that prints really clean and just works. It was my go-to, like, generic, I just need to print something really quick, plastic for the longest time. And I need to pick up another case of it or something. Message, Polymaker Nicholas, if he has not reached out to me. I haven't heard anything from Nicholas yet. Other than like setting up the giveaways, which by the way, if you want to win a spool of filament, enter in the description. I did check out the Polymaker booth, but there really wasn't much there. There was like 1 or 2 people there. They had a bunch of printed stuff, but it was like just filament. Like, let's be honest, going to a trade show when you got $100,000 machines whipping around really fast, and then you have a booth where it's just spools of filament. It's not the most exciting, unfortunately. Yeah, matte black is really nice. I was a guy at Rapid with the pizza. Okay, yes, Dan. Yep, that's who I thought. I was pretty sure it was you. I just wanted to make sure. With the ZZ top beard. I'm pretty sure this is actually eSun PLA Plus. What brand is this? I don't even know. It's no brand PLA Plus black. ASA is nice matte black. Is that what I have? Prusa. What do I got? I got PC Jet Black, PC Ultra Gray, PC Prusa Orange, and PC Prusa Galaxy Black. Okay. Maybe I'll use the... I gotta pick something for the Prusa, but with the Physek shenanigans, I'm kind of hesitant to build it right now. Might let that cool off for a bit. Will I get Prusa Orange ABS? Well, here's the thing. Okay? I was curious how close these two are, okay? One of these spools is Prusa Orange. The other spool is Jesse Orange, okay? Which one is which? Which one is which? Well, obviously the hexagons give it away, but Jesse Filament is made using the same resin as Prusa, the same like bulk pellet resin, and I'm pretty sure they use the same master colors. I don't know. Watch the video. I talked to David about it in the video. I'm pretty sure they use the same color it. So. The neater one. Honestly, I have never had a spool from the factory be twisted ever in my life. And I've had spools that were like completely looked like Garbo with like the windings all over the place. I've never had a spool tangle in my life. That didn't happen because I dropped it and it tangled itself. Like out of the box, I've never had a spool jam ever. Because it's impossible. It's literally impossible unless like you have to really screw up winding up a spool for it to, because If it goes on continuously, it should come off continuously. The only time a spool shall ever jam up is if it jumps itself. Like if it comes off the spool at some point and gets messed up being put back on the spool. So no KVP. I don't buy KVP because I live in Canada, so shipping makes it no sense to get KVP up here. Mainsail, fluid, or octoprint. Personally, I've been doing a lot of mainsail lately. Prusa was on Fluid was on hiatus for a while with development, but it's resumed. So we'll see in the future. But right now, most of my machines are running mainsail at the moment. I said their only difference is the diameter checking sampling time is much lower, and they're actually made on different machines. The actual machines themselves that are extruding the filament are different, which does affect the filament itself. Now, here's the thing. Is it different in a way that the average person or even everyone will, anyone will ever notice the difference? Probably not. But Prusa is held to such a high standard that Jesse is technically not that standard. Like, that's the thing. It's like, this is 99% and this is 100, but it's not 100, so it can't be 100, right? So. Spool handling error, pretty much. Most spool issues are operator error. Exactly. Said Nicholas, bet you keep a lookout for replies. Okay. So this is Matter Hackers. I'm using Matter Hackers ABS because that's the only black ABS I got. And we're doing some KVP red. Ask K-Mob. Oh, I know K-Mobs has not had a good time with KVP. The thing is, yeah, KVP, from what I understand, they moved their production facility like a decently good distance from where it used to be, and a lot of the employees didn't come over. So they pretty much had to like start from scratch with their workforce. So I kind of understand if quality kind of took a dip for a bit. Still no excuse. Don't get me wrong. It's no excuse, but I kind of understand why it happened. For moisture related, you can get a filament dryer pretty cheap. John T, thank you for becoming a member. I'm not sure which way to go. Mr. G, in that case, just get a second SD card and install mainsail on that and try it. Because you can always just swap the SD card to go back to the old config or the old setup. Which ABS should I get for printing Voron parts? It really depends on where you live in the world and what you have access to. Like, I live in Canada, so like I use a lot of Sparta 3D ABS Plus because that's relatively good price, really good colors, and it's in Canada, so shipping is reasonable. Polymaker ABS ASA. I've heard a lot of good things about that. Octoprint is Garbo for Clipper. It makes, here's the thing. Octoprint allows you to use all the Octoprint add-ons. So if you're like me and run lightweight, where you don't really run add-ons, it makes no sense to use Octoprint because it adds a bunch of weight on top of the install, right? Octoprint takes longer to boot up, but you're not using all the things that Octoprint has at its disposal, so why would you use that? So yes, go mainsail or fluid. But if you want to use like Spaghetti Detective or whatever it's called now, Obiso or Osibo or whatever it's called now, and all the add-ons, then yeah, go Octoprint. PA6 GF. I have a bunch of PA12 nylons that I've been playing with that seem pretty good. I've got this pretty heckin' chonky NEMA 23 motor mount for a potential upcoming project. That's PA12 CF nylon. That's pretty solid. Why do I keep going to overhead? Bought Sparta 3D in Texas. Shipping was very reasonable. That's good to hear, Joseph. What is it? It's a, told you, it's a NEMA 23 motor mount for a potential upcoming project. What is, this is, I have glass filled. I've got a spool of glass filled high temp nylon right here that I'm going to be playing with at some point. It is AE Glass Ultra PA 15% glass fiber reinforced PA high temp PA 12. And it's natural color. Randy, thank you for becoming a member. Filamentum is made in the Czech Republic too. Nice. It's funny how many companies in 3D printing are based out of the Czech Republic. I don't know if that's just because Prusa's there or what. One of my Pis can't connect to wireless. Sometimes it seems like it's really loading Clipper, maybe the Pi or the SD card. Maybe try... You can always try reinstalling everything. Could use PA12 for now. I have. PA12, if I'm not mistaken, is just absorbs less moisture compared to PA6. I think they both are pretty much the same, like structurally. I think it just has to do with the rate of moisture absorption. And I think PA12 takes longer to absorb moisture, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's the other way around. I can't remember. All I know is this stuff seems pretty stiff. Pi Wi-Fi sucks. It does. Honestly, I think your router has a lot to do with it. I used to have like a generic like D-Link router. This used to be my router. It's an Asus router, dual Wi-Fi, USB, I don't know. This was my router, okay? And I would have my Raspberry Pis drop out all the time, okay? I would have to come down here and like restart printers every week or so they would reconnect to the network or restart my router. I switched to a Ubiquiti Amplify Alien router a couple months ago, actually probably a year ago now. They all just work. Like all these connect. I might have to restart one every month. But for the most part, I have no connection issues anymore with the new router. So I don't know if it's the router or the Pis. Okay, PA12 is less moisture sensitive. Okay, that makes sense. I just wired my Pis. Well, there you go. Which ABS to use in the US? You'd have to talk to somebody in the States. Which I am not. I am not one of them American type folk. If you change channels on Wi-Fi, stick to the recommended channel. I don't think I've ever changed Wi-Fi channels on my printers. Or anything. I just default and send it. What else? What else is there to talk about? I don't know. We got half an hour to kill, guys. What are some topics you want me to go into? Revo High Flow. Watch tomorrow's video. Warren vs. Rat Rig. Different design goals. They're both Core XY machines. Well, other than like the V-Minion or the Switchwire, obviously. Different design goals, though. Like the Rat Rig machines are built bigger, but they're built tougher. The Voron machines are built smaller, but they're not as rigid, but they're designed for a size where it's not that big of an issue. Is there a way to speed up a video in VLC? Video, aspect crop, denoise. Playback, speed. Oh, there we go. Faster. Playback. Faster. Faster. How do you speed up a video? Is there a shortcut to it? I don't want to keep clicking. Speed faster. Okay, it doesn't want to. Okay, my computer can't handle doing a 4K 60 FPS video file at 16F. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I have two V2s and a V-Core 3500. Build the Voron. You'll thank me later. Okay, there you go. Nurgle Rots put his opinion in. I've never played with a V-Core. They just came out with the V-Core 200 or announced it. I would love to build one. Just because I'm all about small printers right now. Although I think 200's at the, it's a small medium-sized printer. It's not a small printer. But yeah. Have I heard of the positron? I've already kind of looked at it. I think it's very niche trade show showcase type machine. I don't think it's a machine anyone will be building to actually use regularly because of the way it's built and designed will cause downsides. Like that's just kind of what it is. Yes, it's cool that it folds down into a printer like a spool of filament box, and you can move it around. But by doing that, you lose a lot of rigidity and whatnot, and having to do all the custom stuff to make that work doesn't really make it like an efficient design for those that print regularly. It's probably, don't get me wrong, I would love to build one. It'd probably be a really cool machine, but I think it's more of a niche like trade show off type machine, kind of like the Micron. Like, let's be honest, I built a Micron. The Micron is not a practical printer. It's not, but it's cool to show off. I think the positron fits into that same category. But I don't know if you can like do it with completely off the shelf stuff. Because I know like the bed mount is a machine piece of aluminum that you have to like source. So. Print end macro is going, okay, well, here, I'll show you my print end macro. I don't know if this machine has it. Machine. Okay, so my print end macro is right here. So if you want to pause the stream, and copy my print end macro. Where is it? Hit start. I'll change, frame swap. Here's my print end macro. Oop. There is my print end macro. So you pause the stream, copy that down. This dimension is G0X150Y300. This moves it to the middle of the back of the bed. And this is my 300 V2, so it's 300 by 300. So this moves it to the middle of the back. So if you were doing this on like a switch wire, which is 250 by 250, you would put like 125, 250. Okay. So this is my print end macro right here. So what it does, it zeroes the extruder, so it puts it into relative mode. It does a 5mm filament retract. It moves to relative positioning. So that means when I say Z1, it doesn't move to Z1 off the bed. It moves up 1mm. Okay, so you need this G91. If you had G90 here, or if you didn't change it to G91, it would try to go down to Z0 or Z1. So now it moves relative. So what that means is it turns the nozzle, it moves up 1mm and instantly moves 20mm to the right and 20mm to the back really quickly, and that kind of stops the stringing of the filament. It like basically snaps off that little string that you would normally get. And then G107 or M107, that turns the heaters off. And then it does a G1 Z2, so this moves the nozzle up another 2mm for some reason. this macro is quite old, and I've kind of fiddled with it over the year. And then G90 puts it back into absolute positioning. So now when I tell it G0, X150, Y300, it moves to middle of the bed back. And then I do a bed mesh clear. This macro is kind of old, so it's not perfect. Like I've tweaked and tuned it, and I probably don't need this extra line right here, but I have it, and it just is what it is. Because if it ain't broke... Oh, yeah, you forgot the G91. That's a big thing. I did a video explaining G90 and G91. That's a thing a lot of people forget about. Is there's two types of motion, or there's two types of positioning when it comes to G code. G90, okay, basically your entire bed is a grid, and when you say an X and Y dimension, it moves to that X and Y dimension on the grid. G91 is a relative. So if I'm, you know, at 0, 0 in the bed, and I go G90, 10, X10, Y10, I go 10 over, 10 up, because I'm at 10, 10 on the grid. If I were to run that command again, I would stay where I'm at, okay? Because I'm already at 10, 10. G91, X10, Y10, I move over 10, up 10, okay? If I run that command again, I move over 10, up 10, because I keep moving in that direction. I keep moving in based off of me being 0, 0, okay? Not the corner of the bed being 0, 0. It's absolute versus relative. Relative is based off the position of the tool head. Absolute is based off of the bed itself. Do I use arc welder? I do not. Clipper, there's no reason to run arc welder on Clipper. The motion system on Clipper already does what arc welder would do. It's already, the kinematics of Clipper already take care of it, essentially. You don't see any improvement with arc welder with Clipper from what I understand. The last time I know somebody's looked into it that I trusted, it basically does nothing. And the dog's being all mopey, so. Today's video is sponsored by Square Dancing. Okay, so if it's no, and then I don't know. You've already got me flossing once. You're not going to get me square dancing. No doggo. My wife's at work and nobody else is home, so he's sitting by the front door being a mopey dog. And go see again if he wants to come down. Coda! You want to come say hi? Coda! You want to come say hi? No. Nope, he's just being a mopey butt at the front door. I can see him lying there. So, food printer to print doggo snacks. I have Haribos. I don't think doggos like Haribos, though. The filament, we're going to do the draw at 6:30, and then we'll end the stream after that. And then tomorrow's stream is just going to be fiddling with the printers. We got to put a Raspberry Pi and a camera on this one. We got to put a camera on that one. We got to put a camera on that one. I've got these cameras here. We're probably going to have to extend some USB cables, so that'll be fun. And then tomorrow's stream is not like a regular Saturday stream. I got nothing really planned. I need to start printing some stuff for some upcoming builds, so we'll probably do that too. It's just going to be, this week was crazy busy for me, so you guys are getting a bunch of videos out of it, so that's good. Yeah, the filament spins in 15 minutes. What cameras do I have? Oh, so for the Prusa, we're going to be putting in a Raspberry Pi cam. Because we're using the Pi Zero, so we've got to go ribbon cable. So I did buy a Pi cam. It should be in tomorrow, hopefully. And then for V226, I currently have like a C270, I think it is. I've been using this camera for years, but it's like outside of the frame, and it's super annoying. I always bump into it, and it always droops down because this mount is PLA, and it's 4 years old. And V226 doesn't have a camera. So I'm going to be using these cameras here, and they mount inside. But they're, I guess apparently these are like laptop cameras or something that they put a lens on. So like this PCB and it's USB. So that plugs in that. And I'm gonna have to like cut this USB cable and extend it, because this USB cable is not long enough, obviously, to go all the way to down to the bottom of the printer. But these will be mounted on the top extrusion here, inside facing downward. So I gotta run a USB cable all the way down. Which means I gotta drill a hole through these plates or something. The red filament is KVP red. KVP boron red. Raspberry Pi supply gone worse or the same? Still worse. You can't find them. KP3S video, I'm hopefully going to record that this week. So hopefully that'll be next Saturday's video, the KP3S. I want to get a couple, I need to do some printings. I didn't do any printing this week. This whole week was a write-off between Rapid+TCT Detroit and home stuff. Like I did a bunch of stuff around the house this week. So this whole week was a write-off, unfortunately. A modified deck cover of the wire. Cheers. That'd be great. I thought it was eSun. It's an eSun spool, but it's a KVP, was it master spool? So it didn't come on a spool. So I have it on an eSun spool, but it's actually, if you notice, I wrote KVP on the spool. So it's KVP boron red. So it's got like a slight sparkle to it. I can't remember the exact model of the camera. 1 second here. I'll find the, find a link for him. What is it? Oh, help if I looked in the right channel. Okay. So here is the camera itself, or the what I'm printing, and it uses. Somebody said it there, the OV5640 camera, or something like that. If you type in like OV6450 or whatever, that's what comes up. Yeah, here is the original, I guess. The Panzer Observer. And this is this one. And there's a 1515 and a 2020 mount for it. This is the camera right here on AliExpress. It's about $20 Canadian. 120 degree wide angle. Neat. You can find it on Amazon US for a relatively good price. I had to buy from AliExpress because Amazon Canada was like $100 for this stupid thing. How many FPS do you get with it? I don't know. I've never used it yet. I have no idea. Gotta get one of those. Honestly, the camera doesn't matter. I run most of my cameras at like 720p even. As long as you can see. Is it spaghetti? If no, is good. How do people wait months for stuff on AliExpress? You just do. Think of it like Christmas. You order it and then you forget about it and then it just randomly shows up one day and it's a surprise. Thoughts on adding the Big Tree Tech EBB 36 board on the tool I with an umbilical? I haven't played around with CAN bus yet. Yeah, Pi 400. The problem with the Pi 400, it's a different size than every other Pi, so it's like non-standard in like every way. Yeah, the mount I'm printing mounts right. So for the Mark III, I'm mounting because it's going to be a ribbon cable. It's going to mount right here. It'll just look like that. So it'll, good enough for. I've decided I'm not going to modify this Mark III at all. This Mark III is going to stay bone stock as long as I can, because I want to keep something that's the true Prusa experience, honestly, for like a benchmark between, you know, any other machine I get. Because now that I am getting contacts from other like generic commercial Ender 3 bed clones, I want a good commercial printer that I can use as a benchmark to compare it to other printers like the KP3S or any other machine I may have to do a review on. That way I have something that I can benchmark against, because all my other machines are custom machines. So there is no reference. A Prusa Mark III is a good reference because it's a good solid machine. So if I get a machine that claims to be a very good machine, I can reference it to a Prusa because I have a Prusa. So CM4 is unobtainium. I know when Picture Tech sent me the Pad 5, I'm like, you better send me a Pad 4 because there's no way, or CM4, because there's no way in hell I'm going to source one on my own. Revo 6. I would like to put a Revo in here at some point, but I'm going to wait until the hot end in here has an issue first, honestly, I think. Octoprint. Yeah, I'm going to, basically, this Pi 02 with the webcam, I'm going to put a bunch of add-ons on, like Octolapse and whatnot, and that's going to be it for modding the Prusa, honestly. I'm even printing the mount in PLA like a true Prusa user. Spoiler, commercial print quality isn't inherently better, just better support plans. That's true, but there's a certain thing to the ease of use and reliability of a Prusa. Like, go back and, oh, he streamed it on Twitch, so it's gone already because Twitch streaming kind of sucks. Joel unboxed a whole fleet of Prusas for his print farm. And he literally just took the box with the Prusa, opened the box, took the Prusa out, put it on the wall, threw an SD card in it, and started printing a Flexi Dragon. Every single one, and they just worked. There's something to be said about that. The new H2 Revo. I saw one at Rapid. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw it at Rapid. It looks cool. If they fix because I have an H2 somewhere. I have two of them. The first gen H2s. They're buried under shit on my shelf here, somewhere. But I have two of them, and I had issues with them. I just had issues with them. The first one didn't work at all, and the second one just didn't perform well at all. But if they fix the issues with it, and they got the Revo on it, because that was one of the problem with the second one I had was the hot end itself. It was a aluminum heat block, but it was machined like the Fadus, so it had like no material to it. It was so lightweight that it crapped out at like 10 millimeters a second cubed flow or less, if I remember correctly. So I just didn't even end up doing a review on it because I was like, I don't like it. Where would I recommend a 2 meter long MGN 12H rails? AliExpress, CNA maybe? I've never gotten a rail that long. I also have a few H2 also inbuilt filament sets. So you have one of the newer ones. So yeah, if they fixed it, that small extruder, because honestly, NEMA 14 extruders, like what do they got? They got the Orbiter, you got the Sherpa, you got like, there's a whole bunch of small NEMA 14 base extruders now. They're coming out of the woodwork. They're nice. I'm not a huge fan of heat sinks, like it being all an integrated unit, but with the Revo, it makes it a little less painful, I think. But yeah. Put clipper on it. This, no. We're gonna leave this stock. The King Rune, we may put clipper on after I do the review on it. And then what I want to do, I need to find somebody who has the 14-minute, or is it? I think it's 17 minutes actually. Somebody who has the bamboo carbon. Okay, there is like a 17-minute Benchy G code on it. I need to get my hands on that because I want to try that on the KP3S with clipper. Just to see, just to see. So, what are your thoughts on Triangle Labs CHC? Well, honestly, I haven't looked at Triangle Labs in a while. A 14-minute, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, the carbon or the bamboo H1 carbon or whatever it's called. Looks really cool. I don't think it's as special as they're claiming because I'm so used to just fast Core XYs being the norm for me. So I know a lot of people on Twitter are gushing about it, how it's like the best printer and the best first layer ever. I'm like, a good first layer is a good first layer. Let's be honest. Prusa does a very good first layer. My first layer on the KPS3 is pretty good. It's flat. Flat is flat. How much flatter than flat can you be? And like they've said like, oh, it's super fast. I'm like, oh, well, it's the same hardware as every other 3D printer. They're just running it at a speed that's faster. So we'll see. What is the battery life? 4 hours and then they die. I'm trying. I need to find something that lasts longer than 4 hours because I tend to stream longer than 4 hours a lot lately. So. By the way, you have 4 minutes to enter for the draw for the Polymaker filament. We're going to be doing the draw in 4 minutes. Talk to Edge of Tech. Oh yeah, he has one, yeah. Appreciate the feedback, but I will be getting one. People said the same about the person. Now you have one. Getting what, the KP3? Oh, the carbon? I know a lot of people are talking. The thing is, I'm very hesitant to pre-order. I don't like pre-ordering, and I won't pre-order that printer. I won't. I refuse to. I won't do Kickstarters, especially without anyone having. I don't know if the people that have them have production units or pre-production units. If they don't have production units, I consider their reviews and opinions as of pre-production units and not production units, because we know how many times when things go into production, things change. So if they have production units, one, why the hell are you doing a Kickstarter if you already are producing production units? Two, then those people's thoughts and opinions on the machine make sense. Otherwise, if they're putting out their opinions on pre-production units, that video is a teaser of the printer. It's showing off what the printer potentially can do, but it is not a review because they are not reviewing the actual unit. It's like the Anchormate M5 that they sent to like LTT and Jesse. I'm fine with the videos they did, but those are videos that are pretty much advertisements for the printers. And it's acknowledged like that. They're not reviews because the machine they had a solid aluminum base that was milled. Like that's not the hardware that will be running on the production units. Okay, until it's a production unit, you can't review it. And it's always subject to change. How does that machine compare to the Neptune 2? I've never used a Neptune 2, so I can't really say anything about it. What is the weakest link in the printer if it skips steps on everything above 200,000 and 2,000, 1,000 in main sale? Are you talking 2,000, 1,000 what in main sale? Probably your motors need more current. Where I disguised it Rapid, didn't sound like people recognize you too much. It's because I wasn't wearing the apron. No, there were only, maybe there was like a half dozen people that actually recognized me there outside of like other people in the influencer sphere that I ran into. So, but still, I found it, I mentioned like I talked to a few people that like I'd be at a booth talking to somebody about something. Like we'd both be there like looking at whatever was being shown off there. And you know, you just end up talking with random people. And then you mention like, oh yeah, you know, like, oh, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. And like, oh, what do you do? Like, oh, I build printers. I do a lot of Voron stuff. And like, oh, I'm building a Voron, or I built a Voron. It's like, oh, cool. I'm on the Voron team. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. And it's like, cool. So that was actually really cool. I like how some tuners went, it doesn't get a video if it's a Kickstarter like. Here's my thing. I'm fine with videos of things that aren't out yet, okay? The thing is, you cannot angle the video as a review, okay? If they were to send me one of those printers, I'd have no problem taking a look at it. I'd do it on a live stream. Hey, if you say your shit is good, we'll do it live and see how good it is, okay? But the whole time, be like, this is a pre-production unit. This machine is not public yet. This is not the final edition. Things are subject to change. As it is now, these are how I think about it. However, it is always subject to change. I feel it's perfectly fine to do a preview of something, okay? I think that's fine, right? As long as it's called out as such. As long as you're not trying to misinterpret or misrepresent the content you are doing, I think it's fine to do content that is advertising, okay? Now, that's always personal opinion. Some people are completely against that, okay? It's like people that are fine promoting cryptos. I will never touch that shit, ever, on this channel. Believe me, there's no way in hell I'll touch those advertising. But, you know, people do. Everyone has their personal opinions on things, and that's fine. But anyway, speaking of personal opinions, if you want to win some filament, say yes in chat right now. Because I'm pretty sure you want to win some filament. You want to win some filament? I want to win some filament. But I'm not going to because I didn't enter. So if you want to win some filament, let me know. Okay. So delete all the previous entries. Okay. Yeah, this is how you get interaction. Okay, so how many people did we get? 492. No longer accepting responses. Let me get my spreadsheet out. Okay, so I have a bot that's going to go through, and everyone who said no, you're going to be disqualified. Yeah, videos and things not like my early video. Yeah, like my early video on the Voron, if you watch, it was my thoughts on the beta or something like that. Like, I talked about the beta unit and my thoughts and opinions on how it's been going so far. Because I'm allowed to say my thoughts and opinions on something as long as you, hey, this was the beta. This is based on the beta. This isn't the final. And if you notice, I never did a video on the final one. Because by the time I got around to like, hey, I should do a video on the final one, Tom Sinlatter did his video, and Stefan did his video, and their videos pretty much echoed a lot of my thoughts and opinions, and I pretty much thought I wouldn't be able to do a video as good, so I left them to it. However, I will be doing a video on the Revo in a bit, but it will be based on not reviewing it. It'll be based on use and what I like and don't like about after using it for like a year now. So hopefully I spelled his name right. Yeah, Nina, don't spam. You want to say, Coda, come here. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. Come on, puppy. Come on, you gotta say hi before we do the draw. Hey, come here. Coda, are you... Hey, come on. You want a treat? Come on. Come on. Are you serious, puppy? Coda, you want to say hi? You want to come say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't you walk up those stairs. Coda. That dog. That dog. He opened up, the door was partially open. He opened up the door. I got the camera set up, and then he walked away and walked upstairs. That dog. He's getting shy. I'm too old for this shit. Chances on Pantheon letting me borrow one of their machines? I would love to borrow one of their machines. Believe me, I would love to fiddle with that thing. Or not even, like, I wouldn't, like, it's a commercial machine. I wouldn't fiddle with it. I would use it. It would be a machine that I would use. But I fully understand that is an $8,000 machine of limited quantity. They are upping production to get, like, you know, they are producing them, but they are a small team and they are getting production underway. And I do understand it's $300 to $500 to ship that one way across the country. And then that to ship it back. So I'm fully aware of the logistics behind trying to get me one and fully understand reasoning if they do not wish to send me one. However, I would not say no. So yeah. So, screen. So there is everybody. Can I drive to get one? That was actually brought up and they thought I lived a lot closer to Toronto than I did. Because they're like, oh, we recently sent one to this person or to this location here. And you can, like, maybe we can arrange to get you out there and you can, like, use it for a bit and, like, do some stuff. I'm like, that's sweet. That's like 6 hours away from me. Or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 hours away from me. And they're like, don't you live near here? I'm like, yeah, that's 4 hours away from me. They're like, oh. So when you say Southern Ontario, everyone thinks you're in the GTA. Is what it is. Let's do a draw. I have how many videos from 14, 56? I did 19 interviews at Rapid. Give me a number between 1 and 19. Do this now. $17. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Somebody was asking a question about the forum being closed. I closed the forum off for entries at 6:30, unfortunately. So 17 spins, 492 entries. My phone's ringing. Let me check who that is. John, your GoPro guys are trying to call me right now. I'm in the middle of work. I'll call back. Let's do a draw. 1, 2, 3, shuffle, go! Oh, wait, I shuffled it again. Oh, well. Go! No, you can't enter. I have to cut it off at some point. Bush! Congratulations, Bush, with a money sign. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You will receive an email from me with instructions to follow to claim your spool of filament. Congratulations. And he's in chat. Yay! Everyone clap. Claps in chat. Claps in chat. Where is the clap emoji? That's the wash hand emoji. Where's the clap emoji? No, not the culp emoji. Clap. Everyone clap. Yay. I love how many people use the wash hands emoji because it looks like a clap. There we go. Congratulations. So you'll get an email from me. Check your spam folder. It's a Gmail account, so it should come through just fine. A little form to fill out. You get to pick what spool of filament you win too. You get to pick. So yeah. So if you want to win another spool of filament, make sure you tune in tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to end the stream there. I'm going to get myself some lunch. Hope you enjoyed the Print and Chill Friday. Those are already done printing. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be a stream. We're just going to kind of do a bunch of little odd and end stuff. I got to put a camera and a Raspberry Pi in this. I got to put some cameras on there. Afterwards, we'll get some stuff printing for the hedamames that we're going to build. Hopefully start building them Saturday or Tuesday. If not, after that. I don't know when the next build will be. Apparently I'm getting some salad or something in the future. We'll see. And we'll go from there. Again, always, I'm going to start saying this because I do want to really kind of do this project. I am kind of having an open bounty. I'm not Linus. I can't offer you $5,000 to find one. But if you happen to know where I can source an original Ultimaker plus the wooden kit and the kit, not a built one. I don't want a built one. I want an actual kit. So we can build an old original Ultimaker Plus on stream, or original Ultimaker, doesn't have to be the Plus variant. Drop me a line. I really want to do that on stream and have some fun with a really old printer because I want to slap Clipper on that bitch. So yeah, stay tuned tomorrow for the videos. There'll be videos for the next several days from Rapid. Hope you enjoy them. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Congratulations to the winner. For those that became members of the channel, gifted memberships, or donated to the stream during the stream today, thank you for your support. You help me create the content I create and do the things I do. I would not be able to do it without your continued support. So thank you. I do appreciate it. And for everyone else who just joined the stream today, cheers. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you learned something new. Be safe out there and wash your hands. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.